Hi, it's Julie Wolf and Patsy Payne, and we're going to talk about Skype marketing. Patsy, can you tell us, what does Skype marketing mean to you?
Hi. Skype marketing, it's something that I discovered about 2-3 years ago, and I thought I was doing effective marketing, and Skype has just opened a whole new world. It's opened a closer link with relationships, which is the style that I like. It helps me to talk to individuals as well as talk to people in rooms, multiple people with like-minded content, just all kinds of different rooms.
That match up with your
And
interest.
it helps with cultivating, it helps with maintaining, it helps from actually, for one of the ideas that it also helps me is screen. And that if I get as a Skype request with certain keywords in it, then I just automatically block it because I know what their content is going to be. So it helps me to do that. There's multitude, but the biggest thing that it's helped me with is just connecting with like-minded people and establishing relationships.
Right. And by maintaining, you meant maintaining relationships? So talk about that maintaining relationships piece.
Oh, one of the things that I did forget is on my Skype list, I put a parentheses in where I found the person, which helps me to maintain. For example, if I find someone in SYOS, I'm going to put parentheses SYOS on their name. If I find them in wherever, Dariusz is a computer whiz.
Right.
I won't put. That's what I do.
So you put notes on people's names, and that helps you identify and deepen the relationship based on your interest in that person and their interest in you, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I've got a label called CTP, Click Track Profit. I've got a label K4. Each of them means something to me, and sometimes it means something to the other person. It also works in attraction. If people see something that I've posted in the room, they can contact me either in the room or side to side. A lot of the relationship side Skype to side Skype.
Right. So private messaging each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I've got a private messaging right now going. One of my ladies in a room needed a code for something, and I admin, and she's responded with the code that I need to give to my friend.
Right. So you're talking about moving from a Skype Room, which is next week's topic with Skype Rooms, but we can talk a little bit about that here in terms of lead generation and networking. Talk about that with Skype Tools lead generation, but a lot of times we find people who we can serve, or they can serve us, we can help, or they can help us. And when we do that in a group setting, which is a great way to find new relationships and start building those new relationships, then you can go private, add each other as a new contact, and start building that relationship.
The first thing that kind of jumps out at me in building a relationship from a person in a room is make sure that you're not doing what they call pirating. You don't want to start a relationship with someone on a, how do I explain that? Do you understand what pirating is, Julie?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've called it harvesting. My Skype Room guidelines specify to use permission methods, use good Skype etiquette, and don't just add a person for the purpose of spamming them or selling them something.
Exactly. Harvesting is a better word.
Yeah.
That's what comes to my mind when I think of building a relationship from someone in a room, is make sure that there's something, that I have something to offer them to build the relationship versus trying to sell them something. Yeah, right. Content.
Right.
I'm not trying to sell them something.
Right.
Okay.
And building a relationship based on content that's relevant, that's something that they're interested in. That will deepen the relationship, that you care about them, not about yourself first, but about them first, about serving their needs. So that's a little bit about Skype etiquette, and I appreciate you adding that, because I will be doing a new product on Skype etiquette and permission. Skyping, basically, is another term that I've used. You've heard me use a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's a good term, too.
So are there any other goodies on here, these subtopics that I'll be going over the first Monday of every month in the topic of Skype marketing? Let me scroll down and see if there's anything else.
Yeah, we can mention briefly some of the different Skype tools.
Right.
And I'm not going to mention them here, but that's something that we're going to be talking about. Lead generation is part of the Skype Tools.
Right.
Let's go to jump to networking. Networking with Skype is just, it's fast, it's accurate, because you've got your keying, you've got a record of what is, and it's better than email.
Yeah. Oh, you covered a lot there, just a few words. So you're talking about filtering for keywords and
Yes.
doing that. There are some tools for doing that, but there's also, of course, you're setting up your Skype so that you recognize certain words are used in certain groups. They're supposed to be targeted to your interests. When those interests are brought up, the orange lights up as an unread message that you definitely don't want to miss. What else? You just said a lot.
Well, I just like my networking. I guess networking in a way is an umbrella for Skype marketing for me, because that's what it does for me.
Right.
Using the words relationship, using the words traffic, using the words the funnel, the customer retention, all of that actually falls under the umbrella of networking.
And re-engagement. Yes, and you talked about delivery. You don't miss it. If you've actually done Skype correctly, it's harder to, how can we say this? You said quick. You can build a relationship quickly. You can decide a person isn't for you quickly.
Yes.
And so you can build an active relationships, your active people in Skype very, very quickly. Build the relationships and also decide who you want to have a relationship with. And so that later on when you have a new project, you've built a relationship and it's pretty easy to re-engage on Skype.
Yes. And something just crossed my mind when you were talking about build a relationship. A person can, when they're writing an email,
Yeah.
they're normally very careful about the words that they put in that email. And I said normally because there are exceptions, but when you're Skyping, you're going to be somewhat careful, but you're going to keying how you're thinking.
Yeah.
And
It's like
I think you're
talking
going
with
to get
your
a more
fingers.
honest feeling of where the person is
Right.
versus just reading a canned email.
Right. Yeah. So you
That's
can
why I like Skype.
you can target. You can a person can respond and you can adjust your message. You can clarify. You can. It's instant, right?
Oh, I do a lot of clarifying.
Yeah.
People misread my words on Skype, which happens.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of clarifying and say, no, this is what I meant. And you can do that on Skype. And
Right.
You cannot do that with emails.
Right.
Well, you can, but it takes forever.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you can't find the email. It's kind of hard to miss a Skype message.
I really liked the way we did that today, with us enhancing each other in our thoughts.
Yeah, this is nice. All of these things we'll be covering on the first Monday of every month. Customer retention. Once you've got a customer, you don't want to lose them. Re-engaging someone once they've subscribed or purchased something of yours. If you're connected to them on Skype, when you Skype them, they will get that message, 100% delivery. If you've done your job of giving them what they want, which is easier to do because of interactivity on Skype, then it's pretty easy to re-engage them and get them to buy into new projects. Retargeting and customer activation, those are really good. Getting people into circles of your Skype funnel that are closer and closer and closer to what it is that you really have to serve people. What your business is really all about, your mission, your purpose in life. That's what Skype funnel building is all about, just like the Vortex. And networking's, Patsy, I use networking just about as much as I use Skype, the word Skype marketing. They're almost interchangeable to me.
They are interchangeable.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Patsy, for telling us your version and your experience being on Skype for many years now with Skype marketing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.